Hello, friends. Welcome to another thoughtful Tuesday with me, Rohini. So, dear friends, as you already must have read the title of the topic of this particular video, we are dealing with an amazingly sensitive topic. So, the questions that were asked for this particular topic were: why am I not able to forgive my parents? How can I forgive my parents? Should I cut off my relationships with my parents? Or in some cases, how the parents have also asked some similar things. So it will be a child centered topic today, of course, about forgiving the parents. However, if you are a parent who is listening to this video, please ponder over it, the same points from the perspective of your child as well. So that is a little disclaimer I want to make. So, coming back to the question, why am I not able to forgive my parents? Now, if you come to really think about it, my dear friends, many times it is very easy for us to forgive a friend, forgive a stranger. It is easiest for us to forgive a stranger. Maybe it might take a little longer for us to forgive an acquaintance, a little longer for us to forgive a friend. And when it comes to our parents, it becomes very difficult for us to forgive them. It's a very important and interesting point to ponder over. So, first, let us discuss forgiveness. Forgiveness, my dear friends, we do not forgive another person for that person. We forgive people so that we are free of it, so that we are free of that emotion that we are tied to. Just consider for a moment, if you are holding a grudge against somebody, you're not able to forgive another person, you're very angry at this person. Where is the anger within you? Where is that frustration? It is within you, my dear friends. So when you forgive another person, you give yourself the permission to heal. So when we forgive others, the first and foremost, we do a great favor to our own selves. We truly heal ourselves when we forgive others. So, this is my very, very first premise of discussion. And then, like I mentioned earlier, we are able to forgive the strangers fastest, but we find it so difficult to forgive our own parents. Let us discuss why is it. Now, since we were little children, these were the two people in our universe who are supposed to take care of us, who are the ones who brought us to this world, who are supposed to protect us, who are supposed to provide for us, who are supposed to know and understand what is happening inside your heart. But they don't. All they care about is whether you have completed your education, have you had your meals, is what most children think about their own parents. And this is a conversation that has come up in several of my discussions with some of my clients. That this is what they felt while they were growing up. So most of us, especially in my generation or a generation, a couple of generations younger as well, the way we were brought up was a little different than how children are brought up today. The things that children were exposed to were a lot different earlier than they are now. However, in a lot of ways, come to think of it, my friends, please just ponder over it. Your expectations of your parents are that they should be able to understand. How about they are thinking about the same things? And we are all caught up into this little fix. Each side is thinking that the other should understand. Now, from the parents' point of view, many parents think that once the children are grown up, they should become responsible. And the children think, now is my time. Now is the time when I can assert myself. I can show my authority. Till now, these are the two figures who have done this, and they have done it so wrong. They never understood me. They never really bothered about what I wanted, what I cared. And when we have these conversations in our head, that is when these questions arise. How can I forgive my parents? Or why can I forgive my parents? Or why can I not forgive my parents? Or why should I forgive my parents in the first place? They are the people who messed up my life, right? So, first and foremost, my dear friends, please, it is very important understand that when we forgive someone, we forgive them for our healing, for our own peace of mind, so that we can get further in our lives. We can go further in our lives. Because otherwise, we are still stuck in the past. We are still stuck in that place where we are still looking for validation from our parents, where we are still having these expectations and the expectations of the expectation not being met. We already come with an expectation, even when we come for family gatherings. Many people who have seen, they come to the family gatherings with the expectation that everything's going to go wrong, everything's going to be just the same. And surprise, surprise, mostly it is. Because that is the expectation everyone comes to the table with. So, first and foremost is forgiving everyone. Now, is it easy? Absolutely not. Easier said than done, my dear friends. But is it impossible? No, it is absolutely possible. The day we decide, and the day we decide to see things from the other person's perspective, that these parents are also human beings. And you were not born with a manual, were you? None of us was born with a manual. So when we have to fix a gadget, we know what wire goes where, how to recharge, how to unplug, how to switch off. But we human beings, we do not come with manuals. So it is a trial and error, and it is following our heart. And when we heal our hearts, beginning with forgiving each other, that is when we create a possibility to have a conversation and to even have an idea and to look at our parents as they are human beings, normal human beings. We sometimes just put them on pedestal and we have these expectations of them, which of course they cannot meet. And that leaves us empty, craving for that attention. And many times, most people choose their spouses with whom also they have the similar kind of dynamics. Because we are still trying to find someone who would take care of us, who would understand us. Isn't that the language everyone speaks while getting married? Someone who understands me, someone who will take care of me. That's the expectation they had from their parents. How about coming together, co creating, growing together, learning together? And the same one can really think about with one's parents. Once we are able to look at our parents as human beings who have also tried to find their way, who have missed some things, who have done some right things, have learned on their way, then it becomes a little easy. Then that emotion that we are caught up into, that emotional trap that we are caught up into, can be eased or sometimes completely released. In fact, once you have an intention, it can definitely be completely released. Because once you see them as human beings, you understand that they're not gods, right? And it's human to err. So that is another premise one can really ponder over, no matter at what age you are, whatever age. Because if we have not dealt with this at a younger age, trust me, my friends, it will seep deeper into your own consciousness, into your own subconscious mind, even when you're 80, even when your parents have passed away. So please make peace when they're still around. Please consider them as human beings. Yeah. Now, should we listen to everything that our parents say? Hmm. Another topic to ponder over. So let us have conversations. Let it not be commanding and listening in any relationship. Because then it is not a relationship. No, it is not a healthy relationship, right? It is a relationship out of fear. And out of fear, relationships cannot flow. They will be very strained. They won't be very warm at all. To have warm relationships, all of us really need to come from a place of love. And that can only happen when we are able to converse with each other, really discuss, understand each other's point of view. And when you really try to understand the other person's side, my dear friends, you just might be surprised. The parents might say, "Oh, I didn't realize you felt that way." And the children also may realize that, "Oh, I didn't know they meant like that. I didn't know they had my best at their heart." Sometimes, again, parents can come from a place of dogma, from a place of superstition, some values that they have grown up with, like religious values or some values, some other values, you know, like a musician's son will be trained to become a musician, whether he wants to be a musician or not. Like, let us take the example of Deepika Padukone. She was trained to be a badminton player because she was Prakash Padukone's daughter. And she was a wonderful badminton player. But her calling was acting. And her father easily allowed her to go when they had a conversation. So, to all the children, 18 plus, till their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever your age, if you're still holding a grudge against your parent, it is my earnest request to consider them as a human being and release it. Release it so that you can heal your own self. Have a conversation. Try to really understand why they did what they did in what situation. And sometimes, if they're very rigid about some values, if they're very rigid, then maybe the best thing could be to agree to disagree. Maybe you would want to distance yourself a little bit, but still, it can be done respectfully. It can still be done without having that grudge or that sense of betrayal in one's heart from both the sides, the parents and the children's sides. So, this is something I would like all of you to really ponder over, because everybody's situation is different. What is yours? If it is really coming out of abuse, emotional abuse, sometimes, especially in Indian societies, parents really force marriage upon girls at younger age to people who they just don't want to get married to, sometimes even to very older men. That is the time when you might just want to reach out for help to someone, or really try to have a conversation within the family first. Reach out to some elders in your own family who might be able to speak with your parents. And if all else fails, please choose your own path. Please choose a path that serves you the best, honors you as a human being, without regrets, without begrudging anything. Let it be your choice. Because choice, my dear friends, empowers us. And something done out of resentment, fear, always disempowers us and really breaks the relationships. So that was some of the conversations. Another point is, like I already discussed, that accept your parents as the people that they are. And I would say the same to the parents. Another thing, one more very, very important point that I would like to really bring in this conversation today is, whenever you're hating your parents, or whenever in whatever situations you are not able to forgive your parents, just ponder over what is it that you're not able to forgive in your parents. Like, what is that need in you? Is it a need for appreciation? Is it a need for love? Is it a need for um, whatever it is for you? Please identify it. What is my need? What am I craving for? Am I craving for their attention? Am I craving for that love? Am I craving for something? For forgiveness sometimes? Sometimes we know we have done something wrong and we are not able to reach out and apologize. So, is that why you're running away? Or is it something within your own self which is mirrored in your parents and you're running away from that? So, my dear friends, it is very, very important for us to really ponder over, what is it? What is that? What is that one thing which is a need in me? What is it that I'm really craving from my parent and I'm not getting? And that is the reason I'm angry with my parent. Yes, our parents were supposed to protect us. They did protect us from whatever capacity they understood. In their own capacity, they, they've made us adults. Now it is our responsibility to really take care of ourselves. And sometimes it might really help you, my dear friends. Please speak to your inner child. Please speak to the 5-year-old you or the 6-year-old you who was hurt the most. Give that child all that you expected from your parents and forgive your parents. Because only when we forgive our parents is when we can really move on in our lives. So, Osho's teachings are pretty radical, and sometimes people do not like to hear them. But there was one line in my youth when I was also going through a phase, especially when we are 1920s. That is the age when we want to really rebel against our parents and we're trying to find our own identity, and we say that, okay, I will do things on my own and all that humbug. So, during that time, I heard a lot of Osho's discourses. And in one of his books, he says, kill your parents. So, does that mean you physically kill your parents? Absolutely not, please. But kill that nagging voice in your own head, which perhaps you have magnified in your own head. Your mother or your father must have said it once, and you have held on to it, and you have nurtured it, and you have grown it in your own head to such levels that that voice in your head has become a noise in your head. Please ponder over this point, my dear friends. So it is not about physically killing your parents, but yes, killing that nagging voice which you have probably in your own heads made big. Please try to nip it in the bud. See it, whatever it is. And that is why, my dear friends, when we see our parents frail and when we see them weak, we cannot handle it. Because we have kept them at a certain level. But it is my earnest request to all of you today, all of you who are listening to this video, no matter at what age you are, at what stage you are, and no matter what your relationship with your parents is, if you hold a grudge against them, please forgive them. Once you forgive them, you will release your own self. You will start living your own life, my dear friends. So that was all for today. And that is the most important point I would really like to drive home. Forgiveness takes care of a lot of things. Just looking at your parents as normal human beings, not your protectors or not your caretakers or not your birth givers, you know. Of course, they were supposed to take care of you. They did the best they could. People do the best they can. But what they cannot do, my dear friends. So please forgive them. And please forgive yourself and live your best life. Live a free life. Free yourself of the chains that you're holding. Free yourself of those chains. The chains of anger against your parents. The chains of resentment against your parents. Or sometimes even your children. So thank you so much. I hope this video was useful to all of you. If it was, or even if it wasn't, please do let me know in the comments below. And if you think this video might really help bridge a relationship between a parent and a child, please forward it. Please share it by all means. Thank you so much. That way you will really help me in reaching out to most people who have forgotten the beauty of relationships. And it is my mission, my dear friends, to really realize how our mind functions, how our heart functions, and using this power of our own minds, of our own subconscious minds, by understanding how we function, understanding human behavior, how we can live our best lives, enjoy the best relationships. And I would really appreciate your help in fulfilling my mission. Thank you so much for being so patient. Please do like, share, and definitely subscribe to my video. There's the red button. Please click on that. And next to it, there is a bell icon. Please click on that bell icon so that you will be notified whenever I upload this video. I normally upload videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Um, pretty late at night. So, however, I do them regularly. On Tuesdays I answer all your questions, like the one today. Thursdays are my videos in Hindi, which is Gehen Guruvar, and on Saturdays we have Subconscious Saturday, on which we discuss the power of our subconscious mind. How can we really unleash the power of our subconscious mind and lead our best lives? So, hope to see you in my next video. Until then, please keep shining with loads of love and a sprinkle of stardust. Rohini. Thank you so much.